Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Shreebird. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? I hope everybody's okay. I don't have time to, do a black screen with some fancy editing and all of this. I'm still talking about Jñana Yoga, y'all. But the topic that I want to talk about will play into Jñana Yoga so well. Now, in basic terms, Jñana Yoga is self-inquiry, right? Self-exploration in a way. And I'm sure a lot of people could sit here and be like, hey, Shree, a lot of people do that. There's many ways to do that. Yes, there is many ways to do it. But you have to be in the right frame of mind. Excuse me. Now, in my last video, I spoke about the imagination and using the imagination. There's something else that I need to talk about that plays an important role in this thing we call Jnana Yoga and the proper way to analyze or inquire about yourself. As a woman, I hate submission. I don't submit to shit. Okay, or I do my best not to. Because submission connotates control. And control is not the way for me anymore. My teacher this morning talked about submission, and I mentioned surrender. And I realized that for a lot of lay people, a lot of the average person, even to a lot of spiritual people, surrender is bad. You see, most people feel that surrender is submission, and it's not. It is not at all. They got us so twisted that when you fight in a war and, you give up, people call that I surrender. No. You submitted because someone still controls you. Okay? You didn't have no choice. Surrender is a choice, y'all. Especially when it comes to yoga. All right? Now, I'm sure you guys have heard this before many, many times in many different ways, but I'm going to explain to you what surrender is as opposed to submission. If I have a drop of water in my hand, it's a drop of water. But if I take that drop of water and put it into a lake or a stream, is the drop of water still there? No, it's not. It has surrendered into the higher power. It has surrendered itself into that ocean. So it is no longer a drop of water. Okay? That is surrender. When there's unconditional love, you have to surrender a part of yourself to that person freely. And they surrender into you. Because see, without surrender, there's no absorption. Alright? So many of us want to connect to the universe, but you have to surrender into the universe. And that's really hard to do when you want to keep your ego. Your ego will call it submission all day. How can you be one with God and you cannot surrender to God? God doesn't want your submission. God gave you free will for a reason. And not to submit, but to choose to surrender. Surrender is not a bad thing, folks. Surrender and vulnerability give strength, give courage, give hope. Okay? ascend to the ethers, you have to surrender something. And most of us will call it a sacrifice. Okay, you gotta sacrifice something in order to surrender into the universe, God, whatever you want to call him. What are you gonna surrender? No, you don't need to surrender your soul. You don't need to sacrifice your soul. You sacrifice the very thing that fights. Your soul is not going to fight. Your soul already knows where it came from. It has no problem going back. Your soul knows it has to sit in this body for a little bit. No. What you have to surrender or sacrifice is your ego. In order to reach anything higher, you have to sacrifice your ego in order to properly surrender into it and absorb whatever you need to absorb. This is what happens in meditation. Okay? That's the third component to Jnana Yoga. You cannot connect to the universe inquiring your ego all day. Have you guys ever seen the movie Revolver by Guy Ritchie? Go watch it. It's a great movie if you can understand it. And if you can understand it, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about right now. All right? And I wouldn't even go as far as to say your ego is your enemy. But goddamn, that ego sure can act like it. Your ego is the slickest lawyer, the biggest snake, the best angel, whatever it needs to be in order to stick around, it will do so. It will come off as good. It'll come off as evil. It will be whatever it has to be in order to make sure you stay focused on id. Get it? Your ego is here for you to be an individual. So of course, it's going to fight you if you want to surrender into the Most High, or you want to surrender to what everybody calls that higher power. You have to develop ways to calm this ego down. When you do Hatha Yoga, you are surrendering your body, not in a sexual way. You are surrendering the ego so that your body can speak. When you perform Bhakti Yoga, some form of devotion, you are surrendering your ego so that your heart can speak. And they all will speak the same. They will all speak that love language to the universe. Unconditional love has nothing to do with the ego. Nothing. Your heart surrenders, okay? Your ego submits. Shakti surrenders into Shiva, and Shiva also surrenders into Shakti. That's how you become one. 1 + 1 = 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay? And in order for you to properly meditate, you have to let that ego go. This is why when you meditate, you focus on an object other than your ego, other than yourself. Because if you do self-inquiry with your ego, it's just going to be delusion over and over and over. This ego is what propels you into Maya, illusion, this realm, this earth realm. And we all want to get to the pure energy, the pure consciousness. So if your imagination leads you to pure consciousness, but now you are an adult, you're trapped by ego, you can't really get to that imagination space like you want to. You have to surrender, sacrifice that ego into this imagination. Because the only thing that's blocking you is you. And not all of you, just that ego. And we don't want to get rid of it. We don't want to destroy it. That's another form of control. No. I don't want perfection. I want balance. If I say, ego, calm down, I want ego to say, okay, it's time. That's all I want. And then I can meditate. And if I ask myself a question with the capital S, that self, the thing that you are trying to connect to, Most High God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Jah, whatever you call it today, will answer back. Not by talking, but by showing. And it might show you in your vision, and talk in your vision, in your inner sight, in your inner standing, right? In your inner hearing, in your inner feeling. That's what connects to the Most High. You connect to your soul, and then your soul will translate to the universe, and the universe will hit you back. When I drop my ego, the universe talks to me all the time. Sometimes I share it with you. Sometimes I don't.
The evergreen.
When my ego is around, the universe shows me things too. But I take that as showing me so I can let go of that ego. So I know when in this real world, or even this cyber world, to know when to drop that ego. Because your ego want to fight all fucking day. Unless your ego lives in fear. And you can fight in fear. And you can fight in courage. And you can fight in truth. And you can fight in lies. And sometimes it doesn't even make sense to fight, y'all. The foundation is strong because it don't move. All right? It could get hit with anything. It don't move. I don't give a fuck about standing alone. I want to stay standing. Whether I'm alone or with whoever. I want to be a foundation stone. Okay? That's what I want to be. Foundation stone ain't nothing. I'm going to break that tang down. Unless it's Most High herself. And if I want to connect to Most High herself, I already told y'all what I got to do. I got to find that surrender. Hey Shri, where you find that surrender from? Hey, don't worry about that just yet. I still got to talk about the rest of Jnana Yoga, which is meditation, y'all. You still got to know what that really is. Surrender and all that is in Raja Yoga, which is last. But it's important to know these things here. So that when we really get into Jnana Yoga and we really get into the techniques of Jnana Yoga, which is all meditation at the end of the day, you will fully understand what you're doing and how you can manifest. Okay? Manifestation. Imagination plus surrender plus proper meditation leads to manifestation. And remember, y'all, say you can meditate walking, washing dishes, taking a dump, whatever. Next time we talk, I'll explain how. Well, you see how the universe works? I don't surrender into everything. There has to be a love there. I don't submit to shit. Ain't nobody controlling me no more. All right? I'm smiling right now, folks. Y'all have a blessed day, a great day. I'll talk to y'all later. And, thank you for the people who commented about my dandelion video. I'm going to do a little bit more something. I like to break things down and build them back up, which is why I'm taking so long with these yoga breakdowns. But it's all good. 15 minutes. I'm a happy camper. Have a great one. Bye. Oh, later. Peace or no peace. Love or no love. Bliss or no bliss. Namaste.